This time. Down towards centre wing. Underneath us here, Butts went for it and he got it in the end. Well done. Got caught with it. Bendigo with the numbers, doing pretty well. All right, they'll paddle it forward this time. Wilson, and he's found his man in Garoni. Key forward, kicks it long, beautiful pass to the pocket. And we've got a, will he take a shot on goal here, Fraunfelder? Pretty skillful player. Expect him to run around here. Well, he goes to the left and banana benders. That's what we want to see. Beautiful skills, and through he goes. So that is definitely an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender. It's the leader as we speak, but what a great goal that was. Frauenfelder, 1 goal straight. Plays no score at the moment. Bushrangers in front.
And our technical time clock for this first term's up the creek. Everything's caught us a little off guard here in the commentary box. We're all 1 straight 6, the Bushrangers, though. We've got that right for you here on TAC Cup Radio and the live stream, taccup.com.au. The kick inside attacking 50 is marked by the Pioneers, who want to move it quickly. They get the ball towards Lawrence, centre wing, broadcast tied. Clark, he intercepts, pierces the ball to Warner. In fact, that's Garoni, the big man. Goes towards the top of the 50-metre arc. Again off hands, Henderson under pressure. Got the ball across to Caldwell. Retreats inside defensive 50. Perez gets it over the top. A little bit of run again from Henderson in towards the middle. The kick, though, poor. Mark taken by Murray. Goes out wide. And the mark is taken by Frauenfelder. Frauenfelder, spins around. He's, just bounces it through for a minor score. 1-1-7, the Murray Bushrangers leading the Bendigo Pioneers. No score. Early stages opening term on the Technica time clock.
So it's in the back pocket with Flynn Perez. Perez just brought his player up to the lead, but over the top it goes. It's with Clark who brings it forward, but an intercept marked by Flynn again. Flynn Perez goes wide, and 2 wide. Out of bounds it goes. Legends stand side of Icon Park. So, nervous start for the Pioneers. They'll ball it in. 45 out from the Murray goal. Paddling it forward. That was good work that time by Cacavelio. Now they'll push it back towards goal, through for behind. Bushrangers 1-8. Lead the Pioneers yet to score. And Perez goes long to a contest. 2-on-1. They've got numbers on side here, the Pioneers. And beautiful kick towards half forward. Again, it was a 1 against 2. And chipping in nicely, Ash gives it off to Adams. Adams will work it wide. Outer side of the ground. Collision there. Well done. Player there. Creating that collision was Kemp. Now dribble pass, back in the middle of the ground they go. Good harassing by the Pioneers. Really did well to hold up play there. They've just got to stay on it. And that time it was an over the shoulder. And it was taken by Bradshaw, who goes wide. They'll cough it up here. But again, get back in numbers just to put pressure on. But free kick is going the way of Cacavelio. Out of side. This time it's with Atley. Atley goes very, very wide again. They're hugging the boundary. Beautiful pass. And it's a mark there to Hunter Lawrence.
Been one of their impressive players throughout the 2018 season, Hunter Lawrence. impressed us in the games that we've seen throughout the year for the Bendigo Pioneers.
And that nice pass from Bond. So Lawrence will come in. It'll take a decent kick from 50. He kicks it and just hooks it to the left through for a behind. Their first score of the game. One behind plays 1-2-8. That is on the NG scoreboard. And we're 5 minutes into this first quarter on the Technica time clock.
So it's back into play. Pioneers have done well again to hold things up momentarily. Good tackle applied by Capchavello on that outer side. And the ball spills free. Pioneers with numbers around the footy. They work it by hand to Caldwell, who goes long towards the top of the 50-metre arc. In the end, though, the mark is taken by Tom Boyd. Flicks it wide. It's risky, but okay. Bushrangers with possession through Adams. He puts it further afield. Mark taken there by Chandler. He pops it over the top to Ash. Lockie Ash takes the mark. Defensive side of the broadcast wing was a little hot. Opens an opportunity for Atley. Pops it inside, attacking 50. A collision. Kemp had it momentarily. Ball spills free. Bushrangers get numbers around the footy. Good tackling of pressure early again from the Bendigo Pioneers, and it's going to be rewarded. Free kick to go their way. Fisher at the top of the 50-metre arc, searching for their first major. He's gone back a very long way here, Caleb Fisher. Spins the Sherrin in his hands. Pops the kick on its way. Going to land short. Goal square. Bushrangers front and centre. Will chip the pass. Mark taken there by Walker. He pierces one into Butts in the middle. Gives the handball off quickly. Bushrangers with a burst through the middle and inside 50. Out the back is Barzen. And he snuck it through, Barzen. I reckon that's an AFL Draft Central Goal of the Day contender as well. As we welcome back Crooksy to the broadcast box.
AFL Draft Central Goal of the Day contender, Zane Barden on the left. Difficult shot. Beautiful goal. So the score now reads 2-2, 14 to 1 behind. Murray already taking a lead in this game.
Now, there is an out for Murray, if I can tell you. Paradisi is out.
Right.
And Irvine is in.
So we're in the middle of the ground. Tap down to a real scrum. The umpire will ball it up.
The Jets boys are up and about.
Yeah, they played very good footy, especially
in the second half.
Second half, yeah.
They're off their game a bit early, and the Rangers played beautiful footy in that first half, but weren't able to sustain it. Ball in the middle. Now pinched by, that was Bond, trying to get out of there, but good harassing again. They just don't appear to have a lot of time at the moment, the Pioneers. Let's hope they can break it open a bit. Ball still inside the centre square, centre half forward for the Bendigo Pioneers. Had a few ball ups already in this game. Slapped over the top by Christie. They'll work it down towards centre half forward, the Bushies. Big collision coming up. Now they'll work it out. And a little dinky kick was nicely worked that time by Garoni. And he's found his man out there. Looks like, is that Boyd over there? Or it might be Bollinghouse. He'll go long to full forward. Ball spoiled. Down to ground it is. Chandler with the little hand out. Oh, not again. Bit of a hook around by Barden, who he knows clever, Barzen. Through for a behind, 1-3, or 2-3, 15 to 1 behind.
All right, to bring the ball back in is Oscar Perez for the Bendigo Pioneers. He spots up his brother in Flynn. Deep in defensive 50. Back to his brother. They're just waxing like the backyard. Kick out wide. Now they've got some good movement. Leading to the ball there was Bond. Can't take it. Errant handball by the Bushrangers. Close to the boundary line, and the boundary line wins. Goes over City side of the ground.
Like we've said on a number of occasions throughout 2018 when we've seen the Pioneers, their pressure and intent around the footy is strong. It's just the execution that lets them down.
The ruck is up. Bit of jumper tugging there as the umpire comes in and will ball up again. We've got William Christie. And he's up for the Murray Bushrangers. And he is up against Will Allen.
Ball played on. Trying to work it out of there. They went without it. The free kick to Murray. So it'll be taken this time by Matt Walker, who gets it down further afield. Nice delivery there. Warner kicks to a contest at centre half forward over the back.
Oh.
Good little push out by Will Chandler. The umpire was onto it, so he thought that was okay. So Chandler will have a shot from goal for about 43 metres out, directly in front. Chandler coming in. Kicking to the Legends stand. Comes in and kicks up and under and a little bit right through for behind. 16 plays 1 early in this game. And spear pass didn't quite hit the target. They'll play on straight away. They've got numbers out wide here, the Pios. And that's Kemp who'll give it over the top to Flynn Perez, who's getting involved in this game early. Up he goes to Atley, brings it to ground. Good use of handball there, but they couldn't break away. Bond paddles it out of there. They're inside 50 now, the Pioneers. Can't break away. Good tackling. The umpire will ball it up.
Not bad movement from the Bendigo Pioneers to push the ball forward. Just again, the entry inside 50 letting them down early in the game.
All right, now they're out of side. They've opened it up here if they can get it out. Just a fumble at the crucial stage. It allows the Murray Bushrangers through Bice to get it out. Again, they can't break away. Kemp's underneath it, trying to work it out of there. And we'll have another ball up. Bit of a messy game so far.
Not as clean or as fast flowing as the opening quarter from the previous game that we had between the Rangers and the Jets. A little more stagnant. As the Pioneers go long inside 50 again, just can't execute that kick. There's going to be a free kick for a hold. It'll go the way of the Bushrangers. They take their advantage, bringing it towards the broadcast side. Bouncing ball collected by Wilson. He put it up and a mark is taken by Chandler. Centre wing broadcast side here at Icon Park. Long ball inside 50. Holding his ground. Did he bring it in? No, he didn't there for the Pioneers. Tillig. Opportunity opens up for the Bushrangers. They push it to the right there, Bradshaw. And just a minor score on the board. They move to 2-5-17 on the NG scoreboard. Pioneers just the minor score so far. And I'm predicting we're about 16 minutes into the opening term on the Technica time clock.
Unselfish by Bollinghouse to give it over to Bradshaw, but didn't
Good play.
finish it off.
Good
He lowered
play.
his eyes well. Perez Goes straight up the middle of the ground and fires Jai Corwell. He goes laterally. Drops what should have been taken. They've got some numbers. They get out of it with Kemp. Kemp kicks to centre wing to Attlee. Scrappy but effective. They go into the middle of the ground, and the mark is taken here by McHugh. Nathan McHugh goes cross country to Christensen. Sells the dummy, and he goes straight into the heart of 50. They need a mark, and they've got one. Good, strong, contested mark by Jacob Attlee.
That's a executive maintenance mark of the day contender.
Jacob Attlee's going to line up. He'll kick from just inside the 50, say 49, 48 metres out. Near enough to directly in front. Attlee comes in, kicks, short as, going to hit the top of the square. Drops down and dribbles over the boundary line for a throw-in right behind the point post. Royal Parade end. Score check 30. No, that's the time check.
2-5-17, the Bushrangers leading the Pioneers by 16 points.
Ball thrown in. Bushrangers looking to clear. Strong tackling. Eventually, that's a great tackle. Dispossesses right on the boundary line. A little bit stiff not to be rewarded there.
It looks like the Pioneers are playing an extra couple behind play.
Ball to be thrown in. Will Allen up against Christie. Christie wins. There's a quick kick. And through for another behind to the Pios. They're two behinds. And 2-5-17 to the Murray Bushrangers. They kick into the back pocket, in front of the gymnasium. They go short, find Nick Murray. Murray from the Murray. And intercept mark here taken by Flynn Perez. Perez kicks deep into that pocket. The big men fly. It's close to the boundary and it'll be thrown in.
Gymnasium side.
Feel like they've got possession and momentum at the moment, the Pioneers, but they're just not getting reward for it, as there's a player dealt with behind play for the Pioneers, just went down like a sack of potatoes.
Ball thrown in. Punch to the front. Scouted nicely, Marciano, but out of bounds it goes.
Of course, the winner of this game will play the Sandringham Dragons next week in an elimination final here at Icon Park. Very nearly could have been the Dragons playing the Pioneers today.
Bollinghouse at the front was roved by Kemp. Now it's cleared by the Bushies. Down towards centre wing, it's all Bendigo. Should be able to make something of this, Henderson. And he goes over the top. Good calling out that time. K spears it, but beautiful intercept that time by Bice. He'll go to the left side and gets it out to the runner in Boyd. They'll work it down towards half forward. Jordan Butts kicks to a contested situation. Walker lost it. Now Attlee finds it at centre wing.
Likely comer, Rick.
Yeah, he's looking good already today. Chips it across. He's got his runner in Goodwin. And he brings it to ground. Here's a shot on goal, but out of bounds on the full it was. Bendigo just working it forward.
It was an Eddie Betts-like snap at goal.
Yeah.
It just didn't go through like Eddie Betts puts them through.
A bit more of a pie floater, one of your pies. From
yeah. I tell you what, they're nice.
Where are our pies?
I ate them on the way up. Two of them.
It's a long
No
stairwell.
teeth marks.
Anyway, the Bushies working it through the middle. This will be turned over by the Bendigo Pioneers through Shiska. He'll go inside. Oh, they're in trouble here. They had numbers. That was good work. And they were able to bring it forward. Now it's with Marciano, who hooks it out in front. They just need a kind bounce, but out of bounds it goes.
The build-up was positive there from the Pioneers, and for the first time going inside 50, they lowered the vision to the player on the lead, but again, the execution of the kick cost them.
You're right, Matt. They are forming an old-fashioned wall across that middle of the ground, getting numbers back. Out it comes. Kemp with the banana bender towards goal, screwed it right around. That was a real slice. And out of bounds it goes.
They haven't cracked this, Mob.
It reminds me of the game that we called up at Queen Elizabeth Oval earlier in the year, these two sides, where the Pioneers kept pestering away, and it was just the Bushrangers class that opened up the scoreboard.
Or not able to break the tackle. Good work by the defenders of Murray. Paddling it out of there. They should be able to clear, but again, they've turned it over and lost it. Now it's with Christensen, who'll bang it inside 50 again. Out in front, ball spoil. We'll have a clearing kick by Boyd, who just hacks it forward, but his player there in Butts was terrific. And he'll kick to a running player, Garoni. He'll kick long. Walker's the target. Oh, he goes up. His player there went with him in Christie. He gives it to Bice. Bice goes wider to Garoni. Garoni inboard to a what ended up a contest. They'll chip it back inside, and now Walker will have a shot on goal from 45 out.
Mentioned before, the Pioneers had a number back. They actually had two numbers back, but they were both along the centre circle line. Garoni's kick opened them right up with a long one over the top to create that forward 50 entry. And there was a bit of a body count from that passage of play. There's a Bushrangers player still down on that outer side. There's a couple of others that got up a bit sore too.
Matthew Walker kicks beautifully. That's straight through the middle. Lovely kick for goal. Through for a goal. And now we'll just get that score check.
It is 3-5-23. The Murray Bushrangers leading the Bendigo Pioneers just the two behinds.
Ball brought back to the middle.
I reckon we've got about a minute and a half left on the clock. But then again, don't trust me, given my...
Up she goes. Bushy's kick smothered off the boot. We're still in the centre circle. Pios just get one forward. Lay off a handball. Caught in a tackle. Now they get a quick kick forward through Gundry. Fighting for it. The race is on, tumbling on. Now the Bushies take a bounce, and as the siren sounds for quarter time, with the scores Murray 3-5-23 to Bendigo, just the two behinds. I've got two of the goal kickers, Matthew Walker and Bailey Frauenfelder.
And Zane Barzan was the other goal kicker, which was also the leading goal of the day contender from the opening term of footy. A lot of hard work, again, a lot of endeavour from the Bendigo Pioneers, but unfortunately they were unable to get reward for effort. And of course they're missing one of their stars today, Noah Wheeler. Not in the Pioneers side today. So the Bushrangers head to quarter time, capitalising on their opportunities to have a 21-point lead. We'll take a break here on TAC Cup Radio and the live stream through taccup.com.au, where it is quarter time here in the final wildcard game of the round. Got that. We'll have a try that again. There we go.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com. On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Welcome back to Icon Park. It is quarter time here in the last of the wildcard games. It is the Murray Bushrangers 3-5-23, the Bendigo Pioneers just the two behinds. Earlier today, we had a big turnaround in the second half. The Eastern Rangers led by 16 points at halftime and were kept to 1 goal after halftime, while the Western Jets piled on 9 goals to run out very comfortable winners by 38 points, I think it was, in the end. And as we get to this pointy end of the year and the idea of coming to Icon and letting all the talent scouts see the talent ahead, we saw a young fella in Connor Tharr strut his stuff in the midfield, and he could be someone that could do well tonight too in the Morris Medal,
Yes.
which if you're lucky enough to be going, which we are, we'll enjoy. But if you're not, you can watch it through the live stream on the TAC Cup website. Always a good night, Matt.
It is. Really enjoyed it last year, and still getting over Jack Higgins' speech when he won the Morris Medal last year. But the player you just mentioned there, Connor Tharr, he played all 16 games throughout the season, so averaging 26 touches, and also managed to kick 10 goals throughout the year as well. So certainly one of the fancied favourites in the preview on taccup.com.au. It's got a list, host of names, which we can trundle through again at half time. Also tonight, The boys, the girls TAC Cup Best and Fairest will also be announced, and all their awards from their season a little earlier in the year, where the Geelong Falcons were victorious over the Northern Knights.
Very good. It'll be a good night. Good night to tune in. I didn't realise Connor had played every game. He'll be a big show. What I liked about him and have the advantage of being boundary side was seeing what he did off the ground rather than. That's good. Yes. So just a message from Anthony. Jack Higgins is back tonight to present the Morris Medal to the winner.
Surely.
So let's hope they give him the microphone for a little while.
I was going to say, Anthony, if you've got any control over the run sheet of tonight, put about 10 minutes in there for Jack Higgins.
And maybe he could do a bit of a rousing speech to the players leading into the finals, the way he does the Tigers. But as you've mentioned it a few times, his speech last year was the best comedy routine I have seen live, and his personality and the way he plays is just exactly the same at AFL level, which is great to see. That's what we want to see.
It's natural, it's genuine,
Yeah,
which we don't often get in the world of footy anymore. Usually there's a lot of
procedure, protocol, we're playing to the game plan.
Correct.
Jack plays to his own game plan, and he invents stuff, and that goal, I think it's one of the most exciting things I've seen on the football field. So very, very good tonight. The Morris Medal, we're looking forward to it. And I was just going to say before Anthony sent, Connor Thar's work off the ground, just like I would think if I was a player and I was getting rotated off, I'd be dirty and I want to be on the ground. He does just as much work off the ground as he does on, and generals from there, and he's talking to yelling so they can hear him, talking to the players on the ground. He came off a lot, like he was a lot of off and on.
Good leadership qualities.
He was brilliant. I was thoroughly impressed with the way he played, and just a good fellow after the game as well.
Yeah.
Sort of knew what he was doing.
It's a very, very impressive young man. And as Crooksy said, you can catch the Morris Medal tonight through taccup.com.au. Just looking at the power cords, making sure they're not jamming in that door that's currently bagging.
Yeah, could be hard. All right, quarter time here, and the huddles have broken up. And just waiting for the staff to come off.
Bit disappointing that the Pioneers didn't get reward for effort. They had a large number of inside 50s throughout the middle point of that term, and it was really the Bushrangers either side of it that capitalised and used it to get their 3 goals 5 in that term.
All right, we've got Floyd Bollinghouse for the Murray Bushrangers. He's up against Aaron Gundry in the ruck as the second term is underway. And it is Bollinghouse as a whistle. Someone's encroached, and the Bushies get the first kick of the second quarter. Nice lead, nice mark taken by Chandler. He hands off. They look for Garoni in the half-forward flank. Quick snap-on goal, and it is across the face and out of bounds. A minute in on the Technica time clock. Ball to be thrown in. She goes, beats both ruckmen. Perez is in there for Bendigo. Big group of players, and the umpire will come in and throw this up. We're 20 metres out from the Bushies' goal. They're kicking to the Royal Parade end in the second term. Got a clearing kick for Bendigo through Connor O'Shea. He kicks out wide for Ratley, who overruns it, but comes back, follows up with a great tackle, and holds the ball up. We're on the edge of the centre square between wing and half forward. Up they go. Bollinghouse gets the tap for the Bushrangers. Eventually the ball's spitting out. Long kick forward. The race is on. Dirty bounce. close to the boundary. They keep it in, the Bushrangers. Oh, good intercept. Slipped at the most inopportune time, and then the ball eventually dribbles over the boundary line out of bounds. Half-forward flank on the City side of the ground.
So just need to hit the scoreboard a bit and be a bit surer of their ball handling, Bendigo. Bollinghouse gets it down. Shark nicely there by O'Shea. Can't quite break away. Eventually it comes out to Lawrence. He dribbles it to Bond. Here's an opportunity. Shishka over the top, around the corner for an AFL Draft Central Goal of the Day contender. Good work. They just had enough room there to keep it out in the open. Shishka with no pressure on him around the corner, through for a goal, and that'll give them a bit of confidence going into this second quarter with the first goal of the quarter. So 23 plays 8 at this stage, 15-point margin to Murray.
TAC Cup Radio's very own
James Shishka.
James Shishka. Interviewed him up at Bendigo that day. Ball thrown up. Bendigo. Handball backwards to get out of trouble. They're in a bit of Barney rubble here. Knocked off the ball. Good pressure by the Bushies. The umpire will come in again and ball it up. Still inside the centre square. Bollinghouse doing well on the ruck. Murray. Handball out wide. O'Shea gathers. He gets it back towards Henderson. Oh, kick smothered. Barson close by, but beats all players. Ball rolls out of bounds, forward pocket, Royal Parade end just to the right of the goals for the Bushies.
I think, much like the first quarter, Bendigo Pioneers are having a lot more of the footy. Just got to be a little bit more composed and a little more aware of what's around them if they want to make it effective use.
They brought it down the front of the pack. We're only 15 metres out, and we'll have a shot on goal from Chandler, who hooks it back too far. And through for a behind, 24 plays 8. Bendigo to play on here. Oh, dangerous. A good spoil by Smith. Brings it to ground. Here they come now, the Pios. Good movement out of side of the wing, but it's intercepted this time. Bushies with numbers. Murray just bounces off his player, and they work it towards, that is Boyd. He'll kick very short and wide. Murray has it. He'll go back inboard. They haven't gained anything. Boyd. They'll give it across further to Quinn. Quinn finds man in Fiore. Oh, they've worked it out beautifully in the end because Bice is all on his own. Gives a little chip pass, was worked beautifully. Now they've got Bollinghouse, who dribbles it towards half forward. A little chip to a lead and nicely done. They just didn't have enough pressure on their tail in that passage, and it just allowed that lead up the field.
Each kick in that passage of play, or each mark I should say, was uncontested.
So this time it's Clark kicking along to the square. We've got a mark attempt, not quite. Now we've got a shot towards goal, but defence standing up, and they'll find Atley at the outer side of the ground, who's been busy. Gives it to Marciano. He goes inboard to Kemp. Kemp just weighing it up. Tempo footy. Kicks over the top. Not sure who that was meant for. Atley had his work cut out there. It'll end up with Warner, and now they'll work it out of there through the middle. They've got support, this time Barson. They'll stream forward, the Bushrangers, down towards a one-on-one. Thumped away nicely. They're just around that 50-metre mark. Oh, heavy tackle. Brought to ground. Play on's a call and out of bounds it goes.
Loveridge there applying that tackle to cause the stoppage again. The intent and hunger's there from the Pioneers, but it's the class and premier skill from the Murray Bushrangers that's just hurting them every time they get the ball in their hands.
So they bring it to ground, tap forward. Handball that time by Hollands. Down towards the forward pocket they go. Bendigo looking to clear again. Good fake away by Perez. Kicks towards centre wing. Spoil. Oh, bit of a high tackle there. Caught his jumper and all. And Bollinghouse will take the free kick. No, it's not Bollinghouse. He looks like him. It's Irvine. They'll go inboard to William Christie, who'll just weigh up his options and kick to Butts, and the ball will go out of bounds.
Whether it doesn't look like
Hanging
it's
around that corner, isn't it, Crooksy?
I'll call it off the monitor. I can't get out of the pocket.
Obscured.
I want to jump in.
Obscured there.
It's a shocker.
Ball on the deck again. They're trying to paddle it out of there. Marciano goes without it. They're all underneath it, and we'll have another ball up in that pocket. Let's see what they can do here. This time Christie nominates. Oh, he took his own ball and gets tackled. That's holding the ball. The idea was right from Christensen, but he just got caught up. And now we'll have Hollands on the move. Intercepted that time by Flynn Perez. They're out and running. The Pios are going wide. They've got numbers. They've got support through Shishka, that goal kicker. Now they'll kick long, but they've kicked it straight to the bushies.
Mark taken. They want to switch play again. Worked well for them before. This is Walker. Inside defensive 50. Goes out wide and finds Riley Bice. Up against the boundary. Puts in the short dinky. Oh, a good intercept by Rocky Marciano, who kicks deep inside 50. Over the back, they can't take a mark. They've got their man front and square. Oh, that was a floater, Mitch Goodwin. Floated the wrong side of the goalpost. And Bendigo move on. They are 1-3-9 to 3-6-24. 15 points down. Jordan Butts for Murray. Collects it at centre wing. He's looking for Garoni. A bit of handling. Now Bendigo might have the numbers. Now they've lost the footy. Slippery cake of soap at the moment. No one can pick it up, but there's a free kick paid. Murray get a shot at goal through Chandler, and it bounces. Oh, hit the post.
It was touched, Crooksy.
Yeah, desperation.
Touched in the goal square onto the post.
Oscar Perez there to get back and get a fingertip to it.
Ball kicked out, Fitzgerald. Logan Fitzgerald for Bendigo. Kicks to centre wing. Oh, an executive maintenance mark of the day contender, Brody Kemp.
I'd nearly pay that.
Kemp.
That's great work by Eli Smith, who bounces off players. Kemp goes in and gets, cop one in the ribs, but it opens up inside 50 this time. Paddling it forward was Bradshaw. They've got it out now to Walker, who bursts through and kicks an AFL Draft Central goal of the day.
That's the leader.
Walker with great strength just burst through and through on the banana bender. And that was a beautiful goal.
Now, what are you being the old full forward? You would have just got on your left foot there, but you don't mind that?
Oh, I didn't mind the way he put that onto the right foot. Didn't mind it.
It was never going to miss, was it?
No.
It was Walker, wasn't it? Just for the
Walker was
Walker.
the goal kicker.
That's his second.
AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender.
There's been three very close contenders, but he just used his strength to get out of that.
We're in the middle. Murray Caught up in a tackle. Still inside the centre square.
Kemp's coming off very ginger after
Big mark.
he copped one.
Scraggy play inside the centre square. The umpire blows the whistle and will throw it up. We're 11 minutes into this second term on the Technica time clock. Up she goes. Bollinghouse taps down. Again, just another wrestle. There would be 16 players around this footy. Now the big kick forward by Irvine towards the square. Lovely defensive punch for the Pios. Is that Connor O'Shea?
It
Red
was
hair.
Fitzgerald, wasn't
Tillig?
it? We've called 3. Fair enough. Ball tapped down the front. They're a running scrum. Eli Smith comes out with it.
Yeah, you're right, Ricky. That was Jack Tillig. Some real redheads
All right.
in the...
Eli Smith works it out of there. They get it forward through Bradshaw. Can't break away. And we'll have a ball up 30 metres out in front of the Murray goal. Tapped out by Christie. Little handball fed out. And we'll have a shot around the corner by Smith through for behind.
Smith starting to become prominent for the Murray Bushrangers, getting a lot of the contested footy at the moment.
Perez to bring the ball back in. Perez of the Flynn variety. Comes to the grandstand or northern side of the ground.
Out it comes and out of bounds it goes.
I'll move. I don't even know if I stand, I'm going to be able to see. Oh, that's better. All right. Ball to be thrown in. Boundary umpire sets.
And we might get to hear more from Jack Higgins tonight, who's coming back to present the Morris Medal. So
yeah.
hopefully we get a speech again out of Jack Higgins.
I want him to give everyone a bit of a rouse up the way he motivates the Richmond team.
So we've got a ball up here. Bollinghouse will take it. He'll nominate. Up against Allen. Good smother. Kick was smothered. They'll work it out of there, the Pios, but they went without it. Allen again. Tries to get it out. He's got Cat Cavalier. And we'll have a ball up. Seems to be a lot of ball around the boundary line in this game so far, both sides of the ground. It's out to Walker. Walker pumps it inside 50. No mark taken, but he recovered there, Henderson. Should be able to work it out of there now. Attlee's the man they're after, but they'll get it over in a minute. They'll go out to Bond. Can't quite break away. Out of bounds it goes.
They've got that part of the game plan down, Pat, haven't they? When they switch play to that side of the ground and try to go through Attlee. It just breaks down about this point.
Anything off half-back, they're really strong at. They've got that burst of speed that catches the opposition off guard.
Ball thrown in. Murray by hand. Kick to centre half forward. Good mark at the back there by Declan Loveridge. They go into the middle of the ground to Gundry. Told to play on. Handball's off. Perez drives one in, but it is all Murray Bushrangers. Mark taken by Lachlan Ash. Ash gets it across to Murray from the Murray. Kicks to centre wing. Bendigo, Gundry. Oh, good evasive tactics there by the big man, Rick. Beautiful work. And the mark is taken here by Bond. Bond goes laterally. Now a spearing kick and footy 101. And Attlee has taken the mark 25 metres out directly in front.
That was perfection there.
Couldn't ask for anything more than that. This for their second goal. And to bring them back to 17 points.
I'd back him in.
behind.
Would you back him
Yeah,
in?
absolutely. Jacob's a dead-eye dick. Attlee comes in. Bit of an up and under. Beautiful kick, straight as a die. That is his first for the day, and Bendigo's second. They move on to 2-3-15. The Murray Bushrangers are 4-8-32 on the NG scoreboard, and we are just past 16 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Good build up there from the Pioneers. Good reward for effort, something they didn't get in that opening term. And
Just finding space has been the hard thing for them, and once they have been able to, they've looked all right.
and that straighten up through half forward is what they've also been missing, and they got it right that time around.
Bollinghouse with a tap out, sharked away by Smith. Down towards full forward they go, over the back. Butts gets it, tries to work it clear of the trouble area. Can't quite get out. Now they've got numbers Bendigo, but they went without it. Good pressure by Barzen, but it was a high tackle. And the kick from Tillich goes to Kemp. Good to see him back on the ground, taking a mark. Off he goes, takes a bounce. Kicks a spear pass, and it was beautifully directed. Goodwin takes the mark out in front. Goodwin. Oh, he's kicked to the man on the mark. Cardinal sin. And that stopped their momentum there, but he goes and gets it again, Goodwin. Couldn't quite break away. Good work by Smith to see it go forward. And a good mark to Barzen. Barzen, he'll chip it wide and out in front of Butts. It was a beautiful lead and a beautiful kick. Jordan Butts, he'll go short, and oh, that's centimetre perfect if ever you've seen it.
It was too.
Jimmy Boyer takes the mark, but he had to get it over the fingertip of the defender, and that was just perfectly weighted there by Butts.
That defender was Flynn Perez, so it's no easy task getting it over his fingertips.
So we've got Boyer, Jimmy Boyer, comes in, goes a little right and hooks it back and hits the post. So a behind sees the score go to 33-15. So they're still in touch here, the Pios. Perez will play on
Kicks
and
to
kicks
himself.
the outer side.
Goes out wide. Mark to Bendigo. Icon Park bathed in lovely spring sunshine as it's kicked to centre wing. If they can get it out the back here, Bendigo. Attlee. Oh, nice. Lost his man. Lovely handball there. And the through ball to Lawrence. And Lawrence's kick. Oh.
Holding.
Yeah, holding. Almost a chance there with Bond, but just gave
Had
away.
to be a better kick, didn't it?
Yeah. Murray from the Murray. In the goal square. Handballs over the top. They've got the loose man. Go in the short dinky to Ash. Ash finds his teammate in Fraunfelder. Kicks to half forward. And that will be a throw in, Rick.
Yep. Just landed on the line, that one. So we've got a throw in at half forward for Murray. Christie takes it and has a fresh air shot. But out it comes, round the 50 metre. Tillich trying to work it out of there, and he does well to spin around on the left and boot it towards the goal square. Up they go. Oh, juggling mark. Well done. Good mark in defence that time, and that was Fitzgerald. Oh, he's called to play on. Gets the kick out of there. Ball lands. Fraunfelder gets on the left. Kicks it out towards centre half forward. He had a paddock there, Ash. Gives it off. Oh, he went without it there. This allows Bendigo in. If they can kick it over the top, they're out and running, and they do. They'll kick through Lawrence, over the top to Bond, who spoils. Gets it to ground. Has he got support?
Good tackle.
Good tackle.
Too high.
And it was
too
over
high.
the shoulder, which I didn't see. The umpire was right there, so we'll give him that. Bond will take it, but they looked a lot better when they got it out and had numbers around the footy.
Again, good movement, good build-up from the Bendigo Pioneers, springboarding off half-back, as they have done all game, and lucky to be rewarded with that free kick inside attacking 50.
So Bond with the blonde locks. He's going to come 49 metres. It's a testing kick, but he comes in, probably 47 in the end. Kicks through it, but right through from behind. 33-16. So we've got a 17-point margin here. They'll kick it out straight away and mark it through Bradshaw.
Ball. Murray. Move it by hand through Quinn.
Anyway, it's with Tillich now. Boyer. Inside. Now they'll have Barson have a shot at it. He'll kick to the line. Oh, one-handed attempt. They went without it. Frauenfelder's got it.
Oh,
Play on's
no.
the call. Wasn't really an advantage. Kick around the corner. Up they go. Spoiled. Working towards the behinds and through for behind.
One of my pet hates, Rick. Incorrect disposal.
Okay.
They move it out wide, Bendigo. I like this outer wing. Attlee lays it off. They're looking for Bond again. Tries to work his man underneath the ball. Comes back hard. Oh, good tackle. Dispossessed, holding the ball. That's not advantage, umpire.
Oh,
no.
my goodness. He could have overruled his advantage.
That wasn't it.
Because it wasn't. They didn't really take the advantage. Anyway, you get some wrong. I think he got that wrong.
Ball to be thrown in. Bollinghouse versus Gundry. Beats all comers. Quick kick inside 50. Snap around the corner. Point. That was Henderson. Another point to the Pios. Murray from the Murray brings it in. They look to move the ball quickly, the Bushrangers. Gets out to centre wing. This is Quinn. Goes inboard. He misses what they probably should have taken. Quick hands. Rocky Marciano sets sail for goal. Sets sail for home. And right through the hay diddle diddle. Good goal, Rocky. That is his first of the day. Bendigo's third. They move on to 3 goals, 5-23. They trail by 11. Is that right?
Yep.
4-10-34.
Interesting. 6 scoring shots apiece in this third term so far, and it is the Pioneers winning the term / have won the term. 3-3-21 to 1-5-11.
Goal kickers for Bendigo. 1 to Marciano, 1 to Jacob Attlee, and 1 to James Shisk. All scored in the second term. And for the Murray Bushrangers, 1 to Zane Barson, 1 to Bailey Frauenfelder, and 2 to Matthew Walker.
It's a bit more of an even term from both sides then. They, I think the Bushrangers were able to wrestle back a little bit of the momentum the Pioneers built in the opening 10 minutes. And just that springing off half back for the Pioneers is working to their advantage at the moment, but they just are breaking down across half forward. If they could get someone to clunk a few marks about 60 metres out from goal to set them up going inside 50, because they do have targets and they do have some small forwards which can cause a bit of chaos. The Murray Bushrangers just get the sense they're not running at 100%. They're just almost going through the motions. When an opportunity appears, they're able to capitalise, particularly in that first quarter of footy. Second term, they were a little wayward with their scoring shots, but it's not a dominant performance from a side that nearly was in the top 4 sides of the competition in 2018. I don't know, they just look a little bit off at the moment. When they've got the ball in their hands and they're moving it, they're clean, they're precise, but it's just not a dominant performance from the Murray Bushrangers at the moment. Of course, the winner of this game will go on to play the Sandringham Dragons next weekend in an elimination final. The other 3 are set. The Oakley Chargers will be taking on the Western Jets, and I reckon that's a very interesting game going on the performance of the Western Jets today. We know how good the Chargers are, but I reckon if the Jets can go for a full quarter effort like they had their second half today, I think they're a fair chance. The Falcons will be taking on the Power next week after their victory yesterday, and the Greater Western Victoria Rebels take on the top side of the competition, the Dandenong Stingrays. We'll take a break here on TAC Cup Radio and the taccup.com.au live stream. Half time here at Icon Park, and it is the Murray Bushrangers 4:10:34 leading the Pioneers 3:5:23.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number 1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel said it. He slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com. On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio. Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Icon Park, half-time, and it is the Murray Bushrangers 4-10, not good kicking, 34 to 3-5-23. They lead the Pios by 11 points. The northeastern neighbours, Rick, Murray and Bendigo, not too far apart.
Not too far apart, depending on which part of the region they're in.
Where they go, of course, Bendigo go all the way up to Mildura, their region, so that's a fair way to travel. And of course, Murray sort of fostering that Albury-Wodonga up to the river type.
Wangaratta,
their home base. Have to work on getting another game there. We've had some good. Rick and I have done 2 games up there at Norm Minns Oval. It was good, wasn't it, Rick?
Yeah, enjoyable ground there. Good footy. Good afternoon footy, isn't it? Yeah, you just wonder if they've got their game on, or the game face on at the moment there, the Bushies. So I think we might see a different team after half-time.
Yes.
I just don't think they've had everything in. They're putting everything into it at the minute. That's not discrediting the Pioneers, but Pioneers have also got their prime ball mover in Noah Wheeler out today. So,
absolutely.
Who gives them a lot of drive and carries the side on occasions.
And joining us, I was a bit worried today because I saw on Twitter, Rick, that this bloke was locked out of the ground or somewhere. Matty Barmer, how are you, Matt?
Hello, Crooksy. How are you?
We're very good to see you. You had a bit of problems. Where were you trying to get into? You wanted a locksmith or a baddie to pick the lock for you?
No, well, normally up here at Icon Park, there's plenty of radio boxes and press boxes, as you would know. So I like to hide away in the boxes, of course, stay nice and warm. And anyway, the press box was open today, so I went in and marched in with a few of the boys, and it was a bit cold, so shut the door, and next thing I know, we're locked out. So we're locked in. So bar the window in front of us, which we could jump in and out, was stuck in. So thanks to AFL
We've done
Victoria.
that before. I've had to jump out the
climbed
window
out of
up
that
that
window
far
one
one.
day.
Yes, no. So thankfully, the boys in Carlton came and saved us, and we're back out here watching some footy.
How's the year been, Matt? Now you're at Fox Footy now.
Yeah.
Tell us about your role there.
Yeah, just keeping busy at Fox Footy, so doing some more journalism stuff, bit of draft coverage and a lot of AFL action happening. But it's always good to come out and watch some of this tack up footy, as we know over the last few years as stars of the competition. And we saw NAB Rising Star the last few years, and these guys have been playing the tack cup in the past, and now they're playing AFL. So it's
it doesn't take long, does it?
No, it doesn't. And Jaden Stevenson last year, we remember watching him out here, and even 3 years ago, when he was under 16 at that grand final that Eddie had, and he's been a special player for a long time, and he showed this year in the AFL. He's just transitioned really well.
He has been fantastic, and we went through with Peter yesterday at Ballarat, second, third, and fourth with the boy from Adelaide, Tom Doty. Lesser profile like Alex Witherden that broke his leg in his top age year.
Yeah,
No,
it's amazing, especially Alex. I remember Alex was good in his early few games, and played a really good game against the Northern Knights down at GMHBA Stadium, and then got injured, broke the leg at school footy, and then he was done. Like, that was season over, and slipped down the order, you could say, a bit. And he's been awesome for Brisbane, and he's going to be an absolute star if he isn't already.
As we get to the, I can call you a draft nerd, and no, you won't be offended. As we get to your time of the year, this is Christmas coming up for you. Don't give me slamming Sam Walsh or the Barmer bias from the Dragons, the King brothers. I don't want to hear about them. I want to hear the other ones. I want to hear the guy that's going to go about pick 9 or 10, because he'll be going to Essendon. He'll be going about then.
It's an interesting one, because a few clubs you speak to, they sort of think there might almost be a sort of a top 6, top 7, even 8 sort of players that sort of might have broken themselves from the sort of the rest of them. So it'd be interesting. It's sort of I said during the week, we wrote an article for foxfooty.com.au that there's almost a bit of an in-between. A few clubs have got that in no man's land pick. Port Adelaide have got, I think, pick 10. They'll end up with 9 from North Melbourne if the Jared Pollock deal sort of goes down. So that makes it interesting what happens there. The live trading, clubs can go up. I think Jordan Clark from WA is a name to just keep an eye on. He's playing really well for the league footy over there in the Waffle, and was really good in the under-18 championships for WA as well. So there's a few sort of bolters. This is always the time where we see those kids jump up, and if you play well in finals, well, who knows how high you can go.
It just puts your name in lights at the right time, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
In a case with North Melbourne, I'll be biased here, Taron Thomas, our Tassie Academy, what happens there if there's a deal done with Pollock?
Yeah, so let's say Pollock goes out to Port Adelaide. Let's not worry about whatever happens. There'll be obviously second-round picks and whatever exchange, the like you'd think, but pick 9 and 10 is what Port Adelaide would end up with, you'd think, in a sense. And whatever happens to Taron, North Melbourne will sort of have picks in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and they'll just use those points to bank him up and match Taron wherever the bid comes in. The bid probably comes in somewhere from sort of 7 to maybe 15, but just depends. Those ones probably fall a bit later than we probably think on draft night, especially. They probably come a couple of picks later.
So it probably won't matter, really, the way you've described it, because North are going to take Thomas anyway at 9.
Yeah, so
if we have to, or 10, don't get me started on these priority picks, because if we get down to pick 14, 15, I won't be very happy.
I think it's happening, Rick. I genuinely think it's going to happen, and it would not surprise me one bit.
So who'll get him?
I think
Carlton,
I think Carlton and Gold Coast are the prime candidates, and the talk is at the moment that it probably slots in sort of before the finalists have their own picks. So that'd be pick 11 and pick 12 is where Carlton and Gold Coast could have a pick. This is all sort of still to be determined, but that is what I sort of anticipate and expect might actually happen. And then obviously I think whoever finishes 8th will have pick 13 and we go from there.
My question mark around it is Gold Coast 2 years ago had 5 picks in the first 11. Surely you can come up with a good enough selection out of that group. I think 3 of them might have been Sandy Dragons players.
Yeah.
Then. So if you can't make the most out of that, in my book, you shouldn't get priorities.
I know a few clubs have said it. They've brought it on themselves. Carlton, they pushed out guys. There's guys they could have kept that they didn't. That they've pushed out. It's poor recruiting. Why do you reward that for not getting your picks right 2-3 years ago? And I think that's another issue. I think they probably end up with 1 or 2 mature age guys to get first preference at. So that. I know Paul Roos has flagged it a few times on Fox Footies on the couch. He's talked about it, but these ready-made guys that can come straight in, and whether they play or not, they're just another guy on your list that really good for the VFL side, or really good for these young guns that they keep trading in. So I think prime candidates like Williamstown's Michael Gibbons, those sort of guys that are sort of ready-made. They've played VFL for the last few years. They can come straight in and play. So I think Carlton and Gold Coast might get a chance at first dibs at those guys as well.
And speaking of Gibbons, I thought it was a mistake he wasn't picked up at the time. And surely, there's the recruiters know enough to say that he was missing something at the elite level to bring him straight in. He's got to get picked up, doesn't he?
I think so. I'd be pretty surprised if he doesn't go. I think there's enough interest there, and there's been a lot of talk about him, and he's done enough. He's fought hard. He was good. I watched him last night out at Punt Road, and he was really good. He good in the contest, spreads well, and he's got some good skills. So, it'd be interesting to see how he ends up.
Now, a player that just took our eye, and he's only 174 centimetres, but he's in that bracket where, I don't know where he sits in the scheme of things, but Connor Tharr, right, he's a guy that could easily slip through to a VFL. Or what's his expectation?
I really like Connor Tharr. I've always really liked him, but I just think, as we always say, that height, it always counts against you. Like, if you're another 10 centimetres taller, you're fine. It's so hard and it's tough on the kids, and you can't say, well, grow a few centimetres, because it doesn't really happen like that. So he could be the unlucky one, but I think a few clubs you sort of say, well, go play VFL, go develop your 2-3 years there, and that's where you can really improve and then get picked like Gibbons might, or guys have done that in the past.
Yeah, he will dominate at that level. You can see because of the way he moves his hips and his evasiveness, gets out of trouble. I would hope that he's looked at really closely. I
think he's one of those guys that if they get overlooked, and they probably do, definitely not to give up on that dream, because he's we've seen Kane Lambert, we've seen guys like that really improve and then get their opportunity. So
tell me how live trading will work on draft night. Give me a hypothetical example.
It'll make it interesting. So this year's the first year. We'll have the first round on the Thursday night, and then the rest of the draft on the Friday. So how that could look, well, let's say Gold Coast will end up with pick 2 and 3 with the Tom Lynch compensation deal. Adelaide, they've got at the moment, I think, pick 7, which is, I think it's 7 or 8 or 9, something around that, let's say. They really want Isaac Rankin, let's say, and Eddie Betts is 32. He's on his way out. He's sort of going downhill. In the future, he won't have too many years left at him. They've got to try and get up to pick 2 or 3, because he's not lasting to pick 7, you would have thought. So they can go to Gold Coast and say, hey, we'll give you pick 7. They've got Melbourne's first round pick as well, so that's 12. They've got Carlton's sort of second round pick, which is 19 as well. So 7, 12, 19 for pick 3. I don't know if that's the deal.
When do you physically do this?
You can physically do this 5 minutes before your pick. It's as simple as it goes. We could be sitting there at Etihad Stadium or Marvel Stadium on Thursday, the 22nd of November or whatever it is, at 7:02 p.m. as Gold Coast are on the clock, and Adelaide can make a deal to them. That's how quick it could be. They could do it in trade week. They could do it the night before. We'll just have to find out. Yep.
You'll have to have plenty of stuff off the cuff to read.
I tell you what, there'll be the Phantom drafts or the mock drafts. There'll be if you can manage to pry out a real exclusive there, wow, that'd be something special.
I tell you what will get the most publicity, the biggest blunder, because there's a lot of pressure. There'll be people sweating under the hammer there.
I know.
You've only got a few seconds to make a decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gill says, 2 minutes extra. Bang. What do you think? Anyway, All right, good to see you, Matt.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
We'll see you around the traps as the second half. Don't lock the door on us. Keep us here for a week. Second half starts.
And Attlee has it at the 50. If it gets tied up, we'll have a ball up. So Bendigo with first use. Big leap by Gundry. Smith picks it up, gives it to Murray. Murray gets it down towards half back. Or gang tackling. Out of bounds it goes.
How much player's been paid in this pocket today? This flank.
I think we
Since
might
got
have to
here.
set up differently next week somehow. Get a bit further across.
I'm eyeing off the cameraman's table.
All right, back in play we go. We'll have another ball up.
There you go. I've just negotiated it. Need a pay rise.
Up they go again. Bollinghouse palms it out. Marciano Shark. Oh, well done, Perez. Gives it back to Marciano. Oh, they're doing well here, the Bushies, to hold up play. But there goes Oscar with the big boot down towards half forward. And Murray slid, took the mark, but didn't quite handle it. Here's a chance for Bendigo. They've got numbers around centre half forward. They should be able to give it to Lawrence. Lawrence goes wide. They're mucking around with it, but a kick around the corner. Sees the mark taken in the forward pocket by Mitch Goodwin. Now, he's a sneaky little fella. You might see him run off here, I reckon.
This is a big build-up there from the Pioneers, but they eventually got it to the spot they needed to get it.
Goodwin brings it around beautifully for an AFL Draft Central goal of the day.
Leader.
That was a good goal.
We've had Barson
We've
and
had
Walker.
Barson's the best so far.
Tell you what,
Or Walker.
is anyone smelling an upset here?
I was just about to say, I reckon the Pioneers, it reminds me that day against Gippsland out at Windy Hill,
Yeah.
Cooksey. They've been working hard and they've been gradually getting reward for effort.
Ball out of the centre by Smith. Gets it to inside 50. Strong grab there by Matt Walker.
He's done that about 3 times, Eli Smith. Won the clearance for them. Big long kick inside, attacking 50, putting it to a dangerous spot.
He's an interesting size of a player, 187 and 76 kilos. I just want to know where he fits into things.
Because he's playing taller than his height.
Yeah, that's right. So where does he fit into the scheme of things if he was to be draftable?
He kicks from 50, just to the edge.
Oh,
There's a free
gee.
Oh, play on, says
That
the
was
umpire.
missed.
Perez clears it. Bendigo. Some good poise there. Just a bit too much on the footy. It comes over the back. It's kicked by Boyd to the hot spot. Lucks a fortune. Walker grabs it and goes bang. Came off the hands of the two Perez boys. Fell into the hands of Matt Walker, who made up for his previous shot for goal. That's his 3rd goal. He's got a goal in each quarter so far. And Murray get one back straight away. They're 5-10-40 to Bendigo 4-5-29 on the NG scoreboard. And we're just past 3 minutes on the Technica time
That's
clock.
when I think the courageous act there was more a hindrance, because came in towards the pack and it stopped his brother in getting the big fist away.
Upset the apple cart.
And Walker was the only one that stayed down there.
That's right. So in that case, you know, it would have been better to let the other player come through and either take the mark or fist it away. But anyway, Bendigo are back on here, and Clark sharks it for Murray. Goes to Fraunfelder. He taps it over. Here's Butts. He snaps the goal, but goes very wide. Out in the full. So Bendigo looking to clear it out of the 50. They've got a lead here if they want it. Oh, gee.
No.
That wasn't the lead I was looking at. And that was a horror pass, and it's ended up with Zane Barson, who we know can cook you pretty quickly around the goal. And Barson
It's just a horrible blunder there for...
Just the wrong option.
Took too long to get the kick away.
So Barzen comes in and spears through the middle. Well intercepted. Good play by Barzen all the same to see that that was on and come in and intercept and take the mark. So they're just starting to get on top again and just build a lead here. We'll work out this score.
6:10:46, the Murray Bushrangers leading the Bendigo Pioneers 4-5-29 on the NG scoreboard. And we're 5 minutes in to the third term on the Technica time clock.
Back in the middle, Christie up against Gundry. Ball spits out the back. Bushies go forward through Bradshaw. Inside 50, lovely one-hander. Taken for the Pios. They kick to centre wing. This will be Bradshaw again for Murray. Oh, bit of Barney rubble, shakes the tackle.
Oh,
Kicks in the middle, Lux of Fortune. Ash has got it. Wants to handball, decides to kick. He's got some targets over the back. Garoni caught, dispossessed. This is Tillig. Going nowhere, eventually comes out for Murray. There's a snap at goal. And he's got it. That was... Who's that? Got the wrong...
Kai Davis, was it? Number 50?
58. Hollins. I think, was it? Who do you think it was, Rick?
Yeah, it was Hollins. I'm pretty
Elijah
sure.
Hollins?
Yeah. Really good, clever kick. Now, that's nearly a leader. It probably hasn't surpassed Barzen's goal, but I think that was a very good goal all the same. And there goes Walker, showing his versatility. Goes forward, little push out. This is a goal coming up for sure. And he dribbles it through. They just had the numbers around the fall of the footy there, and that was Ash with the clever foot skills on the left.
I think they've kicked into gear, the Murray Bushrangers. It's taken them a little time to get the ball rolling, similar to the Western Jets in the earlier game, where it took them a half to get moving. Pioneers have been pushing, but they're starting to be steamrolled by the Bushrangers outfit.
It only seems 2 minutes ago I said, can anyone smell an upset?
Yeah.
They've kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes.
Commentators curse, Steve Sharp, you know where to come. Phil Crooks.
Rocky Marciano's handball is astray. Murray get the clearance again. Bradshaw, kick smothered. Ball in dispute. O'Shea, no. And the ball will be thrown up inside the centre square. Christie. Oh. Now, it might have been a free kick to Christie there, I would have thought. Bradshaw. They get it out back to Christie. Good skills from the big man. Gets caught up, and the umpire will come in. Play on, she says. Rocky Marciano, big grip there on Bradshaw, and the ump will come in and toss it up. Right in front of the grandstand, commentary position. Good tap down, kick forward by Irvine, finds Butts. He lets the traffic get out of the way, and then he spots up a pass, or just dropped what should have been taken. Murray from the Murray. They get it across, short one, and mark is taken.
Jordan Butts had a very quiet opening half of footy. His first 8 minutes in this third term, almost like thawing away from the Western Jets, a bit of a barometer of the Bushrangers side. He's presenting, taking grabs, kicking nicely too.
Now Zane Barzen, he'll kick from just inside 50. Tough angle. Kicks, Barzen, and hits the post. Through for a behind. That takes them on to 8:11:59 to 4:5:29. They're out to a 30-point lead. 9 minutes in on the Technica time clock as Perez clears for Bendigo, gets it out wide, and it is Kemp. They play on straight away into Flynn Perez. like the Perez brothers. Kicks out wide, looking for Bond. Gets it, but runs straight into Barney Rubble there, and the ball will be thrown up centre wing, city side of Icon Park.
Ball up, Christie used his body. They can't break away. Little Cacavecchio. He is tiny, 157 centimetres. Christie with the tap out again. Goes back into a pack. Now Kemp works it out. Had good support that time. That was through Kay. They get it down towards half forward. Nice delivery. They'll chip it inboard. They're overusing it at the moment. Perez gives it out. They just can't break away just yet. They've just got to get numbers wide, and Bond had it, and it was good spoil. This time Marciano dances around, and another smother by Eli Smith, and that kicks Aaron out. It goes. Picked up quickly by Henderson. He'll pump it inside 50, down towards the square it goes. They'll try and run it out. Good pressure by the defence of Bendigo, but eventually they'll clear it well, Murray, and get it down towards half forward through Chandler. He goes to the tackle. And right on centre wing. We'll have a ball up. So this time we've got Christie and Allen. They slap it down to Perez. Ball was smothered off the boot. Intercepted Wasdorp. Good tackling by Matt Walker, who's been good today. Bollinghouse gives it over. Can't quite break away. See if you can clear it out, Crooksy.
Right in front of us here. High up in the Carlton Heroes stand, I think it's called now. I was looking at before when I was down on the ground. Bendigo gets some clear air. Need to take the footy with them. Could have been in the back. Another scramble. Bond. He gets caught, dispossessed. Marciano on the left boot.
Downfield.
Downfield. This is Gundry. Nice kick. Kicks wide. Found a man. They go inboard and they've got a mark.
They waited, didn't they, then?
Yep.
They didn't just rush it on the boot. They waited for the option, and the players didn't let them down.
Flynn Perez will have a shot for goal. He'll kick from 41.5 metres out, directly in front to the Royal Parade end.
Bottom major for the Pioneers. Looking forward to seeing how he develops over the next 12 months.
I think he's a soccer player by trade, this kid. Talking to someone.
Got a soccer player name, hasn't he?
Perez. Oh, didn't quite make the line. Pile of players on the edge of the square.
The umpire did call touched off the boot there.
Oh, it was touched off the boot, was it?
Mm.
Up she goes in the square. Perez again. Murray clear.
Out in the full it is. So they'll get another chance here, the Pioneers, to pump it back into the 50.
We need to get you a booster seat, Crooksy.
Yeah. I've got one of those at home at the moment.
Looks like they'll go to a lead. Just didn't quite carry it. Murray to clear. Oh, Barson with the big fly. Had it. Chopped the arms. They've paid. Gets up. Sort of rolled his ankle. Gives it across. Eli Smith with a driving kick down towards half forward, out in front of Ash. Cleverly takes the mark. Plays on straight away. And the lead's gone to the pocket. Garoni picks it up. Wheels around. They'll go back through Bice and find Scaroni, who's a pretty long kick normally. Like to see him have a go at it because he's going to kick from right on 50.
You were telling us about the goal kickers yesterday, Matt, or was it Peter? Wasn't there 3 of them all level on the goal kicking?
No, that was Peter.
That was Peter.
I was just looking at, we obviously saw Barzin coming off with a hobble. He was joined by Quinn following immediately behind, so not a good passage of play for the Bushrangers.
Garani with that strong kicking action through from behind. He hasn't kicked a goal today so far, so...
I'll have a look at the goal kicking tallies.
I wonder if this round's counted.
I wouldn't have thought so.
That's a very good get, Rick.
Well, you've got 4 teams that can't win it.
It's not
can't
technically
play in it.
part of the home and away season.
So up they go. Oh, Bollinghouse with a big grab. Executive maintenance mark of the day contender. The big ruckman, who's fairly mobile. So Bollinghouse comes in. He's going to kick from 49 metres out. He got under it a bit. It brings it back. Oh, big fly over the back. Nearly a big grab to Walker. They'll play on from full back.
Ball brought back in. Not a very clean kick. Good tackle and dispossession there. Well done by the Pios. This is Nathan McHugh. McHugh goes laterally. Just a bit slow movement of the footy here. Puts himself under pressure. Now it's just a dirty big up and under. Mark taken, good mark. Under pressure, Flynn Perez plays on. Kicks inside 50. Could have been a little bit of interference there, not paid by the umpire. Dirty bounce. They're coming out of this okay. Oscar Perez kicks smothered off the boot. These Perez brothers are everywhere. No matter where you look, defence up forward in the middle. Into the forward line. They are everywhere. Ball to be thrown in.
No, free kick, Crooksy.
Free kick. Had 3 guesses there. I always guess the wrong one. Up it comes to half forward. 2 bites of the cherry. Fitzgerald, I get his pocket pinched as it kicked forward by Fraunfelder. In defence, Bendigo.
Well done.
They clear it by hand. Now the kick into the middle. Good defensive punch. Left for Hunter Lawrence to mop up. And the ball will be thrown in. We are 17.5 minutes into this 3rd term.
You're asking about the goal kickers, Crooksy, 35 apiece to Wilson from the Rebels, Gasper from the Chargers and Garoni from the Bushrangers.
So did Gasper... Oh, well, they're all going to dead heat, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, down towards the Bendigo half-forward line. Tapped over the back. It's inside. Atlee showing he burst. Brings it around. He's hooked it towards the goal. Brings it back, and there's your AFL Draft Central goal of the day. Atlee from the boundary. Brought it back beautifully. Showed his burst that he has. And brought it back through for a lovely goal. And a timely one. They needed one.
Absolutely.
It's his second, Jacob Atlee.
5-5-35 the Pioneers move to. They trail the Bushrangers 8-13-61 on the NG scoreboard, ticking towards 19 minutes on the Technica time clock.
Up in the middle. Good tap out by Gundry. Bollinghouse does the roving. Now the umpire will come in for Rick's favourite secondary bounce. Secondary throw up. Inside the centre square. Bollinghouse gets it out. Murray clear it through Tom Boyd. We're in the corridor. Almost bumped off it. Good work there by Chandler. Gets it back to Bollinghouse. They kick to half forward. Comes off the back of the pack. And, oh, they keep it in. Good work. They're going in looking for Jordan Butts, but it is intercepted by Henderson, who kicks to a very dangerous spot. They get away with it, Bendigo. They kick up to centre wing. Attlee on the right boot. Needs to be precise. Good mark, Rocky Marciano.
Done some good things today, Rocky.
Goes inboard.
It's been one of Bendigo's best.
Hunter Lawrence. Kicks to the fat side on the lead. And we've got a mark.
Flynn, I think it is.
Flynn Perez. He wants to play on. He kicks a shorty. And he's found his man. Good work, Pios.
Beautiful kick too. I thought he was going to load up then when he played on and gave himself a bit of space, Flynn Perez, but saw Attlee at the top of the goal square presenting. It was a good contested mark too. Had a lot of pressure coming over his shoulder and was able to take it on the chest.
191 and 74 kg. Needs to put on weight, condition, but 191. Straight through the middle. That's
Third goal.
It's 2 in a row.
Third goal. And Bendigo, as we've witnessed all year, never, ever, ever give up. Score check, Matthew.
6-5-41, the Pioneers move to 20 points in the rears. 8:13:61 on the NG scoreboard. Ticking towards 21 minutes on the Technica time clock. And you're right, Crooksy, the endeavour from the Pioneers is their greatest asset.
Back in the middle, tap to the front. Smith with the handball sideways. They force it clear. They'll be able to clear here now and work it through Marciano, the Pioneers. And Kemp gets it down further afield, but overcooks it. And allowed player there in Hollands. Well, I might have to double check that one. Kemp gets it, runs to 50. He gives off the handball. Oh, don't know if that was the right option, but Bond hooks it towards the teeth of the square. Up they go. They bring it to ground and we'll have a ball up.
Attlee should have had a shot there for
Yeah,
the Pioneers.
wasn't the best of options.
And Marciano again causing the turnover, setting that passage of play up.
Tap to the front, still in a dangerous spot, but they'll get numbers.
Free
We've got to
kick.
hold on.
Oh no, advantage.
Play on. The way he'd called it, I thought we were going to have a shot on goal, but it's landed with Wilson, Cameron Wilson. Takes the mark and plays on and kicks long. Good body work there. Underneath it there was Loveridge. Forces it out of bounds.
It's nice to see that the scoreboard here at the ground's got my mathematics.
20 points.
8-13 is 61, not 8-12.
That's the way.
They're still in touch, aren't they, Bendigo?
They're not out of it.
Eli Smith breaks through, gives it to Hollands. They paddle it forward. They've got numbers here through Walker. He kicks to a contest in the square. Good spoil. Out of bounds it goes.
Eli Smith is generating a lot of movement for the Murray Bushrangers. Every contest he's a part of it. Clean disposal away and often a long kick as well. Being very impressive in this third term as the Bushrangers got on top.
Ball thrown in. Head over the footy. Caught, dispossessed. And Fitzgerald, Logan Fitzgerald, will take the resultant free kick. Fitzy directs a bit of traffic. No, think twice about it, Logan. Kicks along the boundary and Matt Walker gets on an errant kick. Walker puts in a spearing daisy cutter pass. Look away handball. They've got a chance here through Hollands, whose kick is intercepted by Fitzgerald, back where we started. He's in the heart of defensive 50. Hit the boundary, and he does. Kicks out wide. Murray from the Murray.
Gee, I like him.
Neat, isn't he? Neat footballer. Perfectly balanced footballer, Murray from the Murray. Kicks to the right into the heart of forward 50 as the siren sounds at three-quarter time. 8-13, 61, the Bushrangers. The Pioneers, 5-41. They were as close as 5 points early in that third term. Got it out to about 5 goals, and they've reeled a couple back in.
Got some draftable players, the Bushrangers, in my opinion. Got a few players that are going to get looked at closely.
Classy ball users.
The goal kickers for Bendigo. 3 to Jacob Atley and 1 each to Goodwin, Rocky Marciano and James Shishka. And for the Murray Bushrangers, yes, that works out. 3 to Matthew Walker, 1 in each quarter. 2 to Zane Barzan and 1 each to Lachlan Ash, Bailey Fraunfelder and Elijah Hollins.
Barzan just going through a bit of running work with the runner at the moment, so testing out his injury. Didn't see Quinn get back on the ground either as the injury concern for the Murray Bushrangers. And there's also a Pioneers player, got the hoodie on and a bit of ice around the ankle. So a couple of injury concerns for both sides at three-quarter time. Here on TAC Cup Radio on the live stream on taccup.com.au. 20-point lead to the Murray Bushrangers.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front. Possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Icon Park, it is three-quarter time, and it's 8:13.61 to 6:5.41, with the Murray Bushrangers holding a 20-point lead earlier today in the third of the wildcard round. The Western Jets advanced with a sensational second half, led by their star midfielder Connor Tharr, who could very well have a medal put around his neck tonight at the Morris Medal. And of course, if you want to find out what happens and unfolds there, and of course there's the, don't know if they've got a name for the under-18 girls TAC Cup. Is there for the medal?
Stand
Good
by.
question. Matt will find out for me. I'm not sure if they have, but we'll find out. We should mention the girls as well. And it's always a good night, and the team of the year for the TAC Cup is always an interesting one. And the coach of the year, it's always a great night. So that'll all be live streamed through the website tonight.
No name by the looks of things.
No name.
For the, it's just known
Might
as
be a
the
bit new.
TAC Cup Girls Best and Fairest. It is only the second season of the TAC Cup Girls.
They can't be naming everything after Daisy Pearce and those, you know, the known names that we know. We've got to give it a little bit of time to work out some history. Without labouring the point, it's been, I mean, Murray are fifth going into playing Bendigo, who are 12th, so they were red-hot favourites to win today, Murray. And you would expect that they probably would. But the one thing, this would be about the fifth time we've called Bendigo this year, even up there when they played. It's not a dissimilar game to the game we called at Bendigo, where Murray couldn't shake them off.
No, and it hasn't been a convincing performance from the Murray Bushrangers either, which is I don't know whether it's a slight concern for them, given
Going forward?
Yeah, given their form coming into finals hasn't been the dominance that they have shown throughout parts of this season. But you're right, Bendigo, I don't know whether this name's quite right for them or not, but they're almost the pests of the TAC Cup, because if they're on, and they have shown throughout occasions throughout 2018, if they can hang around, they can push. That's how they won against Gippsland.
Yep.
They sensed an opportunity and they went for it. Today was a little bit similar at half-time. I think it's not I reckon the Murray Bushrangers are running in fourth gear out of 6. They just don't seem... when they've got the ball, they look very, very good. They look very, very clean. But in terms of the pressure around the footy, there was a window in that third term for about 10 minutes. And then beyond that, Bendigo was able just to even out the game. It's not a controlling performance like the Western Jets had in the second half, like the Rebels had yesterday for the 4 quarters. Which is, I don't know how to read that when you're going up against Sandringham, who have had the week off.
As we said yesterday, their form, I didn't, like these two guys were there last week for Sandringham and Dandenong, playing the top team.
That's a real 50-50 game. A real 50-50
It's not the best Bushrangers side I've seen for a few years.
No, I've seen better ones.
They've had some pretty competitive...
The one that played in the grand final was a very good team. They got beaten, but that was a very good team.
Yeah, it was. One thing they've got, I reckon they've got a good uniform. The Bushies. It's a powerful uniform, I reckon.
It is a strong uniform. They wear it well. I don't mind the Pioneers one, actually, Rick.
Do you?
Yeah, the blue and gold and the white looks good.
Would have liked white shorts today.
White shorts would have been better.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why they would have gone for the home shorts.
The white shorts would have they got the white in the jumper anyway.
Just an update, Zane Barzan coming back to the bench with his boot off. So his day's done, and you're telling us at 3/4 time, Rick, he's been invited to the combine, so that's not good if it's a serious concern.
Yeah, it just didn't look much of an incident at the time, that's all, and the fact that he's, just limping off, he'll be right. They take a while to get over, that's the only thing with the ankles, if it is an ankle. Big thump away by Bollinghouse to start this final quarter, and he follows up his work and gives off a handball out wide. He's got Ash, who dribbles it inside 50. Oh, great skills by Kemp to run it out. and kicked to, he didn't really have an option, and it finds Ash in the end. Ash works it inside. He's got his man Boyd. Boyd goes to one of our favourites in Murray. Murray with a beautiful penetrating kick straight to the man in Quinn.
Back on the ground, so that's positive.
So he was off for a while. Good to see. Quinn. Oh, good body work there. Didn't quite come off there, Bice. But anyway, they'll thump it forward again, Bendigo. And in the van there, Fiore. He's another one who hobbled off the other week. So good to see these players getting back out in the ground. Ash goes wide.
Jeez.
He's got the little legs of Wilson working overtime. And he gets it further afield. They'll chip it along the boundary line. And good work. Chandler takes the mark, gets onto the left, goes out wide, but Kemp will intercept and work it over the line.
Around the grounds, guys. Half-time in the VFL.
There's footy on today, is there?
Essendon, 11 goals, 369. Lead Collingwood, 5-5-35. Go you good things,
I
Bomber
can't
boys.
barrack for either team there.
Trust
Can't stand either of them.
Crooksy to find the only game on today with a Bombers emblem on it.
And we're only 34 points up. Fantastic.
Against Collingwood, that's always
Well,
good.
they've only got half a side left, haven't they?
Oh, excuses. We haven't
Anyway,
got many.
Pioneers will get it out of there. Attlee runs it out. He's had a good game. Goes wide and his pinpoint pass out in front. Should be able to work it. Oh, he's
Nothing
spun
on.
around there, Wasdorf, and that was a grass cutter.
Had no one beyond the 50-metre arc when he was running
Tillich
it in.
gives it to Flynn Perez and out in front. And we've got a mark.
They did well to recover that situation, the Bendigo Pioneers.
Now that's Attlee, so I think I called him before. Might have been incorrect. So Attlee, he's going for goal number 4. Now it's a little bit right to left, I'm feeling, with this breeze today. We'll have a look and see if that's the case. Right behind it here. So Attlee comes in and brings it right to left, but too far left. And through for a behind.
19-point lead to the Bushrangers. 3 minutes in. NG scoreboard and Technica.
Gee, that would have been a handy goal, wouldn't it? They get it out. It's still there through Bond. Lawrence gives it off. They've got a shot on goal from the pocket. Up goes Attlee, brings it to ground. Bushies to clear. 1 against 2. They've thumped it over to a clearance. If they can pick it up, oh, he helped his own work there. That was great work. I'll just pick that play up. Wasdorf, he had 2 players to beat for about a minute there and beat them on 2 occasions.
Ball to be thrown in. Centre wing, northern side of the ground. Right in front of the com box. Gundry, good work. They're on the deck. Ball just going around like a pinball machine. Eventually they get it out to Kemp. Scrubby kick. Puts his teammate under pressure. They get it back. Now he's lost it. Jordan Butts kicks up forward off the side of the boot, and the mark is taken by Nathan McHugh. Goes cross country. Just loping. Needs to take a bounce. Now he kicks to centre wing. They keep the ball in, Bendigo. Lovely passage of play. Kick it. Kicks it inside 50. Bond on the hunt for it. They keep it in. It's underneath a few. Spits out the back. They're still in the van here, Bendigo. This way, that way, this way, that way. Now Murray caught, not stripped of the ball. Hacking kick. Oh, no, didn't quite take it. That was
Only had 6 bites.
O'Shea. They go up forward. Kemp overruns it. They kick.
Uh-oh.
Murray, good defence. Kept it tight. Ann's going to get the footy. Lays off the handball. They're off to the races. They kick out wide. Worked underneath but loses his footing. Now Murray. I'll hand it to you, Rick. No, come back to me. That's okay. Elijah Hollins has got it. Goes forward. Bendigo by hand. Kemp kicks right into the heart of Icon Park, where Attlee hands it back to Rocky Marciano, who goes straight down the corridor. Could have been a little hand in the back there. Everyone's lost the footy. Butts. Nice handball. Ends up in the hands of Eli Smith, who runs through centre half forward. His kick is touched off the boot. Snap for goal by Walker. Oh, had the good spin on it too. Span back the right way. One of the players Bendigo have lost today is Joy Corwell with a hamstring. And he was a big player, very draftable prospect. So it makes their effort a bit more meritorious.
They're running out wide. They've got a bit of urgency in their game at the moment. And there's that man, Attlee. He's having a great game. Feeds it off. Just couldn't get his player to look after him there. And Murray have won it back. Now they've turned it over again. Handball was smothered. And going to ground, slipping over Connor O'Shea. So we'll look at this margin. It's a 19-point margin at the moment. Bushrangers in front. Last quarter action. They, on the burst here, if they can get it out. There'll be a little chip inboard. Oh, it sits up nicely. Butts comes through and kicks just to the left. Through for another behind. Are they wasting opportunities? Bendigo staying in touch.
Been a bit of a tennis match the last 5 minutes. Mostly played between the arcs.
That's true. They'll kick wide. They'll go wide through O'Shea and Perez. Flynn Perez gives it out in front of O'Shea. He kicks it off the ground accidentally and out of bounds it goes. Outer side, city side of Icon Park. So we've got Gundry and Christie going at it. They bring it to ground. Handball out the back door. We'll see the Bushies attack. Oh, they went too early. And this will be Kemp's ball. He'll play on and give it to Oscar Perez, who does the fake dummy. Gives it to Lawrence, puts him under pressure. Lawrence kicks up and on. Oh, Harry Morrison. And that's executive maintenance mark of the day, because I can tell you why. The player he took it on was holding his head with the knee to the back of the scalp.
That was a cracker.
So we nearly put him in front with that one.
I think he is.
Harry Morrison. So I missed a lot of that play after the excitement, and it ends up with Riley Bice having a shot for goal, the left footer.
It was Nick Murray, Rick, wasn't it?
Yeah, Murray from the Murray.
Harry Morrison plays for Hawthorn.
Oh, Harry
He did
Morrison.
come for the Bushrangers.
He's a similar player, isn't he?
He is.
He did play for the Bushies.
He played for the Bush. He was. He's a very good player, Harry
Very
Morrison.
similar.
But similar, the blonde hair, about the same size. But I'm thinking, Harry Morrison, where's he on my list? I was sure it was Nick Murray.
I'm glad I'm the only one that couldn't find it.
Ball to be thrown in. Time check is almost 10 minutes into the last quarter. Score check, 20 points to difference. 21 points to difference or 20?
I'll refer to our camera people. Bear with me.
Anyway, the Bushies attack again. Out in front. They'll have a shot on goal here. A spearing kick and it just veers right with that breeze. That breeze is coming towards this grandstand.
64 plays 42 on the NG scoreboard, so our manual scoreboard on the other side is just a little bit out.
22 points, is it?
Correct.
22.
So a throw in front of the gymnasium at Carlton. Ball just skewed off to the right, and they're just hugging the boundary line at the minute. Out of bounds it goes.
Now, I know we love our clipboard men here on TAC Cup Radio today. There is a guy that is about the second last row of the Richard Pratt stand, way up the top of the grandstand here today. So they tell you what, they like hiding. Usually it's under a gum tree on a camp chair. Today it's a very top row of the grandstand.
That is interesting, Matt. What would he like up there at that height? I'll tell you what I learned today. You pick up a lot on the ground. It's a totally different perspective at ground level.
Cameraman doesn't believe you.
Well, I mean, I'm stating the obvious, but just the way the way the players see the game. You know, the traffic you got to work your way through.
Flynn or Perez gets it down towards half forward. They went without it. Gundry gives it off. Oh, they handball just didn't hit the target. That might have hit the boot. Out of bounds.
The thing I find fascinating on the boundary is the rotations. It's all like clockwork.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. The modern game of footy. Again, probably stating the obvious there. But
ball to be thrown in. Bollinghouse gets the palm. Eventually comes out. Murray. Kick forward through Dylan Clark. We're on centre wing. Jordan Butts puts a real dinky kick in. Murray, kick forward, inside 50, over the back. Too big, too good, too strong. And the mark taken by Lachlan Ash. Says, I'm having a shot. 45-degree angle. The umpire lets him know the mark is about 3.5 metres from where the Pio defender is standing at the moment.
haven't had a goal this quarter.
Lachlan Ash. Be a good kick from here. Gives it a fair shot and just to the right distance, no problem whatsoever. Just a little bit of accuracy. Through
Just
for another
breeze
behind.
is pushing it across today. A little bit of left to right up that end.
8-17 the Bushrangers today.
Yeah, they've had opportunities to clinch this game, and now they'll get another opportunity as they've ran over the mark in the goal square. So we'll have a ball up. Now this is the one we've got to watch, the ruckman not punching it through. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on this. Up they go. They just let it fall to ground. Oh, Ash hooks around in the contest and kicks a goal. Absolute ripper across the shoulder, through for a goal. That's his second for the day. And now just getting enough of a buffer, I would think, late in the day. We're 14 minutes into this final quarter. 9-17, 71 to 6-6, 42. That's a 29-point margin. And that is with about 11 minutes to go.
Who kicked that one, Rick? Sorry.
Ash.
Ash.
Second goal in this half of footy for Lachlan Ash.
Coming off now.
As you do.
Back in the middle. Solid. Free kick. Flynn Perez. Perez driving, kick up forward. Oh, drop what should have been taken. Sweeping handball. Bendigo fly at goal. It's across the face, another behind.
Light drizzle just falling here too at Icon Park.
Murray to take the kick in. It will be Liam Fiore. He's taking his time, moseying on back. Kicks in. It's close to the boundary.
Oh.
Bond just solid.
Good clash.
I like his game. Bond.
He stands out, doesn't he?
He's got the blonde hair, but he's got a bit of the right stuff about him.
And I think he's a late inclusion into this list because he's not in the record under number 52. So looks like he's been a late bloomer.
Yep. Ball thrown in. Bowling house. Now they kick it forward. Murray. Errant handball. Henderson. Lawrence. Lawrence again. Now he's caught in a tackle. Slung. Ball breaks free. Perez. Clever by hand. Retreats to go forward. Goes inboard. Henderson marks. Lays off the handball to Kemp. Kemp sells the dummy. Takes a bounce. Beautiful handball inboard. Good work by Bendigo. They need a goal to frank the play, but it doesn't happen. Another behind. Matthew, 6-8-44, the Bendigo Pioneers. The Murray Bushrangers are
9-17-71.
Jordan Butts with the mark, kicks it out wide. Oh, clever mark, wasn't paid. Oscar hugs the boundary, finds Bond. Bond goes to the pocket.
Will Allen.
Out of bounds.
Will Allen was the one that tried to take that attempted mark on the centre wing, and it's just come from the ground. He was cradling his finger, but then pointed to his shoulder. So,
okay,
another issue there for the Bushrangers.
Wasn't Wilson. Tap to the front.
Sorry, it was Wilson. I was looking at the wrong list. Not for
Thought
the
you
first
might
time
have
today.
Out of bounds it goes.
Been a long day.
It's been a long weekend for TAC Cup Radio, that's for sure.
Not
Live
over
streaming on the TAC Cup website.
not over yet, guys. Got a Morris medal to decide tonight
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And
We always enjoy that.
and 4 more games next weekend.
Anyway, they bring it to ground. Flynn Perez just toe taps it to himself. Does well and gains ground. They're about 20 metres around from the behind post. After what I've seen today, I'm really thinking Connor Tharr must be a chance for the Morris tonight.
Oh yeah, I am too. I am too. All over him.
How many games did he play?
All 16.
Oh, can we get on anyway?
I don't know if that's appropriate.
We had this conversation yesterday. Gamble responsibly.
Of course.
Here's my selection. All right, ball thrown in.
Heavy rain.
Well, they bet on the Rising Star, don't they?
That's not.
No, we do love the game, so we've
We're only at the end of four matches. We're tired.
no doubt about it.
Ball up, inside 50. Quick kick off. Kicked off the ground. Could be dangerous. Oh, nice. Oh, nice pick up, but nice tackle. Yeah, holding the ball. Good get there by Wasdorp of Bendigo. Bailey Wasdorp goes in for a shorty. Oh, kick smothered off the boot. Good work. Hunter Lawrence goes backwards. Now they need the kick to the hot spot. They're looking for Perez. Can't mark it. His brother comes in. He gets a kick away to his brother. Oh, tough umpire. Surely. Couldn't have that one. Bollinghouse. He goes laterally. Picks up Smith. Eli Smith goes to Matt Walker. On defensive 50. Now they go sideways. Pick up Boyer. Runs through the middle, through the corridor. Plenty of real estate here. Garoni works him round one way, this way. Kicks up forward to Christie. Lays off the handball. Now the kick inboard and the mark is taken. And this is Dylan Clark. Dylan Clark has marked this on a 35-degree angle. He'll kick from just inside 50, going to the Royal Parade end.
Gee, clever
Passes
mark.
off.
Smith.
That's increased the advantage by another 5 metres. Might make all the difference.
This guy's got a booming kick too.
Eli
Let's
Smith.
hope he goes left post.
Still a little bit of light drizzle falling.
Eli Smith comes in, kicks, and it's through for a behind.
Bit too far left, that one.
1872 plays 6:8:44 on the NG scoreboard. 21 gone in the final term of the Technica time clock.
They've turned it over to Smith again, who bursts through, and they'll have a shot on goal through Fraunfelder, and into the goal square it goes. Play on's a call. Bendigo should be able to clear through. O'Shea gives off the handball. They're working it through the middle of the ground, but it's been turned over again. And we might see another turnover here, although they got numbers back. They did well there, the Bushies, and they'll have a shot on goal here towards the goal square, and an intercept mark that time by Kemp. Kemp doing well, gets it out to Atley, has been good. They'll work it down towards half forward, but they have the answers, the Bushies. Kick towards half forward again, playing in between the arcs. Bendigo attack, down towards half forward. They let it go, and out of bounds it ends up. So we are 22 minutes into this final quarter. 72 plays 44. Bushrangers will be comfortable winners and go into the final next week against Sandringham. That'd be a good game.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game. I don't think either will sort of premiership contenders. But it'll be a good game, good matchup.
They might be evenly matched.
Yeah.
You know, with the skills at this time of the year. So expect a good final, that one.
Bond has got it. He fancies himself here. This will be goal of the year if he kicks it from this point. Bond comes in. Gives it a decent old hoik. Gets into the goal square. Oh, almost a snap. Plenty of traffic right on the goal line. A few pyos there. They get one out. Now they get a snap at goal. And across the face. Story of their day. We are close to siren time. 9:18 to 6:9. Murray from the Murray, last line of defence. Beautiful sunshine here. Late, good kick. Finds Christie. Christie on the right boot, kicks to centre wing. Set up for a big mark. Just spilt on the second bite. Comes out again. Nice evasiveness by Bradshaw. Kicks to half forward. Pioneers everywhere. Kemp. His kick's gone back to Christie. Caught. Slung. Hollins. No. Atley. Yes. They work it round. Marciano. Tries to buy some space. Gets it to Bond. Bond gets Corral, but gets out of it. Goes this way as the siren sounds. Final score here today sees the Murray Bushrangers 9-18-72 defeat the Bendigo Pioneers 6-10-46. So that is curtains for the Pop, and the Bushies play the Dragons next week. The goal kickers for Bendigo, 3 to Jacob Atley, 1 each to Mitch Goodwin, Rocky Marciano and James Shishka. Didn't kick a goal in the last quarter. And for Murray, it is 3 to Matt Walker, 2 each to Lachlan Ash and Zane Barzan, and 1 each to Bailey Fraunfelder and Elijah Hollins.
Just an update from ground level, boys. Bit of the walking wounded for the Murray Bushrangers. There's 4 players walking back onto the ground with ice. So a couple of injury concerns for them.
Yeah, Barzan's definitely limping. We've got Wilson with ice on the shoulder.
Dylan Clark has a pronounced limp. That's L-I-M-P, pronounced
That's right.
limp.
And he's got an ice pack on his leg. So they're going to have to do a bit of work this week to come up for that Sandy game.
It is. I don't know how many players get invited to the medal. It's a good point, whether someone get to go home straight away. All right, down on the ground is Matthew Cox. And who have you got with you, Matto?
I got Matty Walker with me today. Matt, 3 goals from you and not a dominant performance from the Murray Bushrangers, but enough to get you into the elimination finals.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, I'm pretty keen just to get the win and move on, I guess. Our skill was a little bit down, but hopefully we can get that up again next week against Sandy or whoever we play.
What was the pressure like first half? Because the Pioneers kept coming at you, kept pushing, kept trying hard. Was that a little hard, and did that rattle you a bit?
Yeah, they sort of threw everything at us, which was sort of good. You like those contests, they're a pretty hard game and you like to win those ones. Yeah, it was Visy Park's pretty good because it's such an open ground, so yeah, it's good to play on this ground.
Half time, what was the coach saying to you? Because you came out with a lot of intent in that third quarter.
Yeah, he just really wanted us to get. Yeah, I guess we sort of, again, the skill level and that, just need to get that up, and yeah, we did that, so it was good.
Your own performance, we already mentioned the 3 goals, but beyond that, working fairly hard around the ground too.
Yeah, coaches have pushed me into the mid, so it's been good. Trying to get a bit more of the ball in that, and yeah, it's been real good.
What are the areas of the game you think you need to improve on heading towards the elimination final next week?
Yeah, I think just as a group, like our skill area and all that, and get that disposal right up, and then we can sort of get real on top of sides, and that's pretty much mostly where we go wrong, so yeah.
Well, good performance today, well done. You get a Tech Cup Radio beanie for being one of the better players on the ground today, so well done.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Good work, Matto. And Matt's going to cut one more from the pack and have a chat. Doing your trick, Rick, getting someone else.
Go and grab someone, Matt.
Yeah, I've delegated that responsibility over.
And down on the ground again, Matt, you've got...
No, it doesn't want to. I'll try and quickly pick out Eli Smith. Is he... Coming off the bench. Coming off the bench here, mate. Good performance again today. Good clearance work and some long kicks too, which got you going in that third term.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start, but as we did the basics right, got our structures right, thought it improved a little bit towards the end there.
What was the message at half time? Because your first half wasn't great. You were still in front, but not great footy from the Murray Bushrangers.
Oh, just keep competing, keep putting your head over the ball, keep playing the quick footy like we do, and get first use, don't overuse it, and we eventually run over them at the end there.
Got the Sandringham Dragons next weekend. What challenge does that present for you?
Yeah, big challenge. They got a good midfield group with Bailey Smith. I'm not sure if he's playing, and Liam Stock and all that, so it should be a good challenge.
And your own season so far, Eli, been pretty impressive?
Oh, a bit of a slow start, but getting better. Got better as the end there.
If there was one area of the game you wanted to improve, what would that be?
Probably my kicking. Yeah.
Today I don't think you needed to improve it that much because there were some big long ones. Congratulations, mate. You get a Tech Cup beanie as well for being on with us. Well done. Go and enjoy with the boys.
Good on you, Matto. And Murray from the Murray was a bit shy, was he?
Yeah, I don't think he likes your joke, Crooksy. Just wanted to avoid the microphone, but we'll work on that and hopefully have him on next year.
Alrighty. He did win the mark of the day, the executive maintenance mark of the day.
Yep.
Nick Murray late in the game, and Jacob, I could call him Joe.